welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's up, everybody? We back. We out here. We are back. Make sure my mic's good. Yeah, so we got a little value hunting. Feel like it's been a while. Although I guess we just haven't had any value to hunt. You know what I mean? All right, we got Borland in the chat. Milo's here. Who else? We got Harvey for the financials. Stay low. Ransom Reed. Snoopaloop back at it. Hope the kiddo's doing well. Santa's boys, also great to see you. All right, so for those of you tuning in after the fact or for the first time ever, like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold. What we're going to be doing today is going through So Rare Game Week 36. We're already up to 36. We're going to be trying to find a few, lower cap, lower L10 dudes to make our lineup a little beefier. And as always, you can follow the link in the description in the show notes to sign up for So Rare for the first time. If you sign up, you get 20 free common cards. If you buy 5 off the limited auctions, you get a 6-1 free, and it makes us look awesome. And just a reminder, too, we'll be back at 5:30 Eastern with Live Before Lock, right before tip-off with our boy, Ghost. Ghost is going to be joining us, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that. I also see Milan Scouts here, F at Nico. We got Mike Bass in the afternoon. Zeely's here. Who else? Anybody else? No, we're good. All right, let's do it. A lot of big questions too. Josh says, is it time to sell before the offseason drop? We're going to do a whole playoff show next week on Wednesday, just about how we're attacking the playoffs, prices, all that fun stuff. But I do recommend checking out Andrew Laird's So Rare Data NBA show that I popped on yesterday, where we talked a little bit more about the progression, the prices, all of that stuff. And last little bit of business, we're going to be using Momentum Labs projections. You can find a link in the description as well for that. Get behind that sweet, sweet paywall. All right, let's go. So before we dive into the projections themselves, why don't we take a little peek? Why don't we take a little peek at what Game Week 36 has in store for us? Let's see what they have in store for us. Sorry, I'm multitasking here. So here we go. We've got the common contender, the common no cap, common champ. We get a training, limited underdog. So the underdog is back. We got limited contender, limited champ, and then rare contender, rare under 23, rare champ. Looking at the two sneaky new ones, limited underdog is 550 cards for rewards out of the 5K that we get in there. For the rare under 23, only 100, but only 766 in there right now. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch play out as that fills and where we should be focusing on our attention, All right, let's dive into some of the projections. Again, we're going to be looking at L20s and below. So right off the bat, you can see Harrison Barnes. It's crazy to see Harrison Barnes L10 to be all the way down here at a 20, right? Considering he's a starter that plays a lot of minutes. Harrison Barnes hasn't been doing a lot of the peripherals. He's been just mainly hitting open threes. So I don't know. I'm not really super stoked about our man Harry Barnes unless we see some injury news. But I guess for an L10 of 20, you could do a lot worse. You know what I mean? Let's slide on down to THT. He's got an L10 of 20 for Utah. We know he's been getting a little bit more run in the second unit for Utah since the trades. I think it's fine. I liked it better when Colin Sexton might be missing time. However, Colin Sexton in the starting lineup, Jordan Clarkson, I don't know. That's something I want a little bit more injury news as we get closer to lock. But I don't really love any of those. And then you got Rubio, who's questionable with an illness. I don't really love the 20s, y'all. I think I'm going to find some space elsewhere. But for 20, I guess I'd go the upside on THD, even though Harrison Barnes projected a little bit better. But that's just me. I wanted to point out one other dude. Franz Wagner right here has an L10 of 22 right now. That's crazy. Wait, Sexton is out 2 games? So Sexton's out 2 games but played in the skills challenge? Is that right? All right, anyways. Franz Wagner has an L10 of 22. That's insane. Sexton right there is questionable with a hamstring. That's what this says. This was updated yesterday, though, so I don't know. Let me double check. But anyways, if Sexton is out, let's rock. If Sexton is out, I'll tell you what we're doing. If the sex god himself is out, this is what we are doing. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's get to the 19 range. All right, the 19 range, we got Shaden Sharp. He's probably one of my favorite plays. Shaden Sharp, even with Simons out, hasn't had, or Dame had missed some time too, hasn't had the huge usage boost that we saw. However, that was at the beginning of the season of his rookie year, right? He has now played a pretty meaningful reserved role for the last like month or so. And I feel like he's got, like, I know this is cap of 19 and projection of 26. I think this has like way more of a ceiling. This has way more of a ceiling. I like Shaden Sharp. This is probably my favorite play. We got 2 games, no Simons. I mean, yes, Dame's going to be doing a lot, but I feel like we're gonna get an opportunity to see Sharp fly. You know what I mean? Dylan Brooks, I'm just never going to recommend him, even though he's projecting pretty well. You get DeLon right there as the backup guard for the Wizards. He's fine. I don't love it. Shaden Sharp's definitely my favorite play right here. Definitely my favorite play. Greek Freak was asking, just joined, did you talk about the upcoming changes regarding the progression? I haven't, not on this show, but I check out So Rare Data NBA. Go check out that show. I was on Andrew Laird's show yesterday. We talked about that quite a bit. My overall thought, I like that they're making progression. I think they did a bad job of how they rolled it out. Long term, I think it's good. Short term, I think it's bad. I like what they did with the Premier League. I think it's a really nice way to help new people get used to it. But the way that they approached it kind of screwed over the people that are playing right now. So I don't love it. D'Anthony Melton, whatever. This 18 range is not too sexy for me. I guess Melton's the one who projects the best. Grayson Allen's fine. Okoro's fine. Like, here's the thing. If these are your last pieces, you get a cap of 18, like, whatever. I think all of these are fine, but nobody that I'm going out of my way to get into my lineup. Same thing with 17. Javon Carter, we've seen hit some ceilings. I will say Javon Carter in the game without Giannis, like, really popped, but I do think Middleton, after having some more rest, is going to get stretched out a little bit more. So I kind of like going to Middleton and, what's his name? Middleton and Holiday. I like those routes a little bit better. 16, here we go. Scam Reddish. So listen, Cam Reddish traded to Portland. He has been sitting on the bench for Tom Thibodeau's for the last year or so. He's now playing. Now, this is before the Simons injury. Cam was in the starting lineup. Cam is going to have the opportunity to do stuff. And so he's got some real Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde vibes where, like, yeah, he might crush and he might get you a 0, but he's looked fine, right? So cap of 16, projection of 24. I like Cam quite a bit. Like, when you look at the upside of those guys in the 17 and 18 range, I'd rather take the dart throw on Cam, who Cam's probably going to play like 35 minutes, right? He's going to play a ton of time. Even in a blowout, I feel like they still play Cam. So, and they've got 2 juice matchups, right? I think they play Houston and Charlotte, maybe. I should double check that before saying that, but I know Houston's one of them. I like this matchup quite a bit. So I'd rock with our man Cam, cap of 16. Then we drop down to the cap of 15. Same situation, except it's Matisse Thybulle. I will say Matisse Thybulle's projecting a little too high for my liking. I know his first game for the Blazers, he went out, shot lights out. He went like 4 for 6 from 3 after taking like 2 shots his entire career in Philadelphia. I'm not going out of my way. I'm not going out of my way to play him. I think that projection is a little too high. However, I mean, maybe say we take a couple of points off of that projection and it drops down to like 22, 21. That's fine. For 15, that's totally fine. Same thing. No Simons. He's going to be out there a ton of time. So rock with it. Jayshawn Tate Derulo. Tate has been god awful, but he's going to be out there. So there's that. And he projects well. I mean, if it's between these two, I'd just try to get up to Cam Reddish. I like Cam Reddish considerably more than Matisse Thybulle and Jayshawn Tate. Nick Richards, we've talked a little bit about. Nick Richards, backup minutes. You just kind of hoping Mark Williams gets into foul trouble. That's what you're rooting for there. Foul trouble for Marky Dubs. Sorry if my Wi-Fi is a little iffy right now. Tyus Jones, that cap is 15. So listen, here's the thing. This is going to be an awesome play in a couple of weeks. The second Ja misses a game. Kappa, when Ja's out, he's got a ceiling of like 48. So I'm not playing Tyus Jones this week. They only had 2 games. But man, if that happens, that's like a great play. So there you go. It's like a good playoff scoop right now, too, especially if his prices come way down. All right, that's it for the 15 range. In the 14 range, Josh Christopher, another garbage Houston Rocket is popping. I'm not interested. No, thank you. But if you have him, I get it. There's a lot of gross plays. James Wiseman. Okay, I am excited to talk about Wiseman a little bit. He played, so we've only seen one game before the break. It was against the Boston Celtics. He played, I want to say it was like 12 minutes in the first half and like 15 minutes in the second half, maybe. Guys, listen, we don't know if he's going to be good as like a winning basketball player, but he gets shots up. He's excited to prove himself. I watched a lot of that game. Yeah, Josh is saying Jalen Green is out winning Christopher Pop because of that. Yeah, all of those Rockets guys, Jay Sean Tate, Josh Christopher, all of those guys. They have a lot of different dudes that are going to take shots. I think Houston is really bad. These are great plays. The Houston guys are great plays. I totally get why you're doing it. They're just going to be out on the court a bunch of times. They just have burned me so many times, so I'm a little biased. But the Houston guys are all solid. I think I would just try to get up to Şengün. Like, I bet Şengün takes a lot of shots. Tyree Eason. Like, I like those guys a little bit better. But anyways, Wiseman, I'm excited about. Kevin Love is going to be a wait and see. I don't know how many minutes he's going to play for Miami. Miami desperately needs shooting. They desperately need someone who can stretch the floor like that. So maybe he's out there. Jericho Sims, yikes. So there you go. How are we feeling about Mark Williams? So Mark Williams' projections leveled out a little bit. It's above 20, so we haven't talked about him. He's still going to be an awesome play. Yeah, Dashian Knicks too. That's what I mean. They've got so many dudes. All right, the cap of 12, Nasir Little. We could say the same thing about Portland, but his usage rate is a lot lower than some of those other guys. Trey Lyles has been doing some backup stuff. People saying, where's Damian Lee's cap of 14? Damian Lee is not projecting, so they must be assuming here. He's not projecting, so the assumption must be that KD is going to be back. It must be because KD is going to be back. Let me see what he's got for Kevin Durant. He's got Kevin Durant, yeah, questionable. So they're projecting for if the Suns are healthy. Although I will say I disagree with that. Damian Lee still should project something. Like, he's not going to not play. But I don't like him. I don't like him with everybody back. I think you could do better at the 14 range. Like, I'd actually just like go Josh Christopher, James Wiseman, Kevin Love. Those guys would be where I'd be more interested in. KD isn't back till next week, I think. All right, let's see if you have any sources on that. Let's see what we got here. I thought they were hoping Kevin Durant was going to be back right after the All-Star break. Let's see. Jalen Green's been ruled out. Kevin Porter Jr. has been ruled out. Jay Crowder expected to make the debut. Bobby Portis is back. Connaughton's back. Or no, he's limited in practice. Middleton practice. Giannis also practiced. So I wonder if he's not going to miss too much time. AD, LeBron, both probable. Let me see. Kevin Durant. Oh, no. Targeting Suns debut next Wednesday. There you go. That came in yesterday. So that's why. All right. Take it back, baby. Damian Lee. Smash play. So Damian Lee's still a pretty good play. There you go. Pretty good play. Let's keep moving. Charles Bassey. I love Charles Bassey. Charles Bassey for the Spurs is a lot of fun. He's going to start getting some more minutes too. I mean, Zach Collins still the guy, but they like Bassey. Bassey's been getting some minutes. He's got a low cap of 10, projection of 16. He's got some higher upside. We've talked about Jock Landale a bunch, Abaji a bunch, whatever. Luke Kennard's popping a cap of 9, projection of 14. Paul Reed is a little bit, whatever. I'm not doing it. RJ Hampton's making his debut with the Detroit basketball. And then, I mean, something to note, Ryan Archidiakono, he's going to cap a 1 and a projection of 8. So it's basically a free square. So you got that. You got that going for you. People are asking if Sohan's out. I normally don't do all of the injury news today during this show. I'll do it during Live Before Lock. So it looks like he's projected in, but again, these were yesterday's projections. So we'll have those updated for Live Before Lock tonight. All right, last little quick recap if you're just tuning in. Zach Collins still a good play. Yeah, Zach Collins is still he's still gonna, like, his cap's going up, but his role doesn't change, right? Cap of 25, projection of 31. We've seen him hit 50. So that's pretty good. So, like, if you're just joining us, I don't really love the 20s except for THT. THT with no Collins, Sex God is a pretty strong play there. 19 range, Shade and Sharp, I like the most. Those are my two favorite high-end plays. When we get to the 18 and 17, I don't really care. And then Cam Reddish is one of my favorite plays down here. I really like Cam Reddish because he's going to be out there. Matisse Thybulle, I think, projects too high, but he will get minutes. You got all of the Rockets bros, Nick Richards, Josh Christopher, Caleb, James Wiseman. We already just talked about. Let's actually look at Dustin Nix and see how he's projecting. Oh, is it no H? Whoopsies. Is Nick's not? Where's Nick's at, baby? Oh, there he is. Cap and oh, his cap's 9. His cap's too high. What about Ty Ty? Ty Washington. Cap of 11 and projection of 13. Here's the thing. If guys, if well, it's not everyone, but if like the Josh Christophers of the world and the Jay Sean Tate, if all of those prices have popped so much, then I like taking the shots on the other Houston guys, right? I like that a little bit more. Pop likes a bit of Bates Shop with no Sohan. Yeah. Yeah, we've seen Bates Shop. Bates Shop has come back to earth a little bit, though. He has come back to earth a little bit. Dustin in the chat, baby. I can stay around for I'll take a couple of questions if you want to fire him, but just a reminder, live before lock is at 5:30. 5:30 is when we're back. So, and that's where we'll do all of those questions. Let's see. I got an update too. We'll have we got a Max Struess giveaway tonight from our man Game Over. Max Struess from Game Over 3 over in Momentum Labs. He fired off. He like crushed the All-Star weekend. Wanted to give back to the community again. So shout out our man Game Over 3. Let's see. Why? Yeah, Ransom Reader. You listening to this on mute? Huh? Yeah, we talked about James Wiseman twice, baby. I love Wiseman. For a cap at 13, I think he's got a ton of upside. Especially like, listen, I think his floor right now is like 22, 24 minutes. But I think he's got a ceiling of like 30 plus. Wood a play with a cap of 33, or he's still in minutes limit? I haven't seen anything on Christian Wood. That cap of 33 sounds about right. I like Wood. I wouldn't go out of my way to play Wood, but if that's like your last piece, I like him. Keith Tucker said, switch to Mo Bamba for Sharp on my common champion lineup. Guaranteed tier 1 now. I like that. I hate Mo Bamba. No, you're good. You're good. Is Embiid out? Is that too soon? Yeah, too soon. Too soon on the Embiid jokes. Although Paul Reed is projected, it seems like they're like, hey, we're never going to play Montrezl Harrell again. Paul Reed to the moon. So something to keep an eye on. Something to keep an eye on. All right, gang. I think that's it. We'll call it there. We'll be back at 5:30. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Live Before Lock. No, this isn't Live Before Lock. This is Value Hunting. Live Before Lock will be back. So make sure you tune in at 5:30. I'll hit these 2 questions quickly. Malachi Flynn with a cap of 9, 3 games worth it. I mean, Akona, you're just banking on somebody missing a game, right? I mean, I think 9's fine. I think you could do better than Malachi Flynn, but I don't think that kills you. And the Greek Freak said, would you rather play Brolo or Drew Holiday with Giannis being questionable? Drew Holiday. Bobby Portis is back, which I don't think like really impacts Brook Lopez that much, but it definitely doesn't impact Drew Holiday. So I think I'd rather play Holiday as the direction that I would go on that one. All right, cool. Come back at 5:30. We'll give away some stuff. We'll read all the injury news as fast as we can, and we'll build some bangers. Have a good rest of the day. We out.